What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, the sports channel where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? If you are new to my channel, this is the first time or maybe just one of the couple times you have had the opportunity to watch my channel. If I can ask you to do me a huge favor, if you really do like the content, if you guys could just do me a solid, guys, hit that subscribe. Hang on, which hand is it? Hit that subscribe button, wherever it is, guys. I always get confused because my left is the right on the camera. It's crazy. Like you have to have it in your head before you move your hand. Sorry. So subscribe if you're not subscribed, guys. It helps out these channels. And also to all my OGs, all y'all out there have been supporting me since you've come onto the channel and you've discovered me. And I owe a lot of gratitude to a lot of you guys out there. You guys can do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. That thumbs up button is what communicates with YouTube and basically pushes the content across the platform and gets it in front of other people. Basically, it helps grow the channel, guys. All right, y'all. So, look, still pissed off about that game. Not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. And I find a lot of the Seattle Seahawks fans that have left comments on here to be very disingenuous. And, like, guys, who are you trying to fool with the comments, guys? Like, you're not fooling me. I know you're full of shit on your intent there. I know damn right well if that was Russell Wilson and that was an Eagles defensive player who went into the back of Russell Wilson's head like that, you wouldn't be okay with that. Stop. Just stop, guys. Stop. Let's talk for real. Let's talk for real. You know damn right well it was a dirty play. It was a dirty damn hit. And you can sit there and say the intention was with the shoulder. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. Putting your shoulder or your head, if you're saying it was with the shoulder, he clearly took an angle to go into that head. It's still illegal, guys. It's still a dirty play. I understand the comment. I understand the point that he did. You know, he was rolling the pocket. He made himself a runner. But when you're a quarterback, you are still afforded certain protections, even as a runner. One of those protections that was recently added to the playbook is that you no longer need to utilize a quarterback slide to receive that protection. If you are diving head first, and we learned this from Carson Wentz earlier in the damn year when he dove for a goal line play, they view that as you giving yourself up. And the minute your knee touches down, whether you've been contacted or not, you're down. You're down. That's it. You gave yourself up. That is the way the rule books are written now. So it is irregardless what you guys are saying. And come on, guys, stop trying to bullshit us. We know you're full of shit. You're not fooling us. You're only fooling yourselves. I mean, come on. No one's that stupid, people. We know you're full of shit there. All right, y'all. Let's get to today's content.
Specialist. Now look at this. He's going to the ground and he takes a hard hit to the back of his head by Jadeveon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So before we move on, and today's topic, guys, what I'm going to get into, guys, is I'm going to break down who I think will be on this Philadelphia Eagles roster coming up and why there is reason for some excitement. I mean, we got some good returning players. And man, oh man, did we identify a handful of guys who can really play this year. I think the deep depth of this roster, when healthy, will be quite impressive next season. But I just want to address something. The way I called out Seattle fans, because I know they're full of shit, they know damn right well that that was a very dirty play. I got to call out my own fan base for some of the things I've heard from them as well. I'm not even going to get into the Carson Wentz's injury prone from the Philadelphia fan base. Like, it's one thing when Dallas Cowboy fans aren't being genuine and they're just trying to troll us kidding around. That's one thing. But there are legitimate people within our own fan base who don't understand how concussions work. Like, just stop. Guys, stop. It makes us look stupid. You got to stop that shit. But that's not even what I was getting to. The part of my fan base I want to call out is if I'm going to call Seattle fans out for really, come on, man. You got to call Clowney out for that kind of hit. That shit is dirty as hell. That's the kind of shit that can't happen in the NFL. Then I also got to call out Philadelphia Eagle fans, people who, are in our community too, for some of the stupid things I see, like, oh, they're not going to get that far. They're not going to make it. I'm not going to take that loser mentality. I'm not taking that loser mentality shit. Personally, I don't have a dog in a fight. I don't care if Seattle wins. I'm not wishing them luck, nor am I going to sit there and root against them because it's just ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to watch it as a casual fan now. And to some of our other friends who love misery, there is one thing I will say to you. Some of you guys made the comment, and I heard it, that welcome to the couch with the rest of us. Well, I hate to tell you, but you got it confused. You see, you are right in one aspect. We are on the couch. Us, the Saints, You can go with the Bills. You can go with the Pats. Yeah, we're all on the couch. But see, like where we're the adults in the room and we're on the couch, you guys are like the children and you're sitting on the floor. So why don't y'all do us some favor? Go get Papa a glass of tea for us.
Inside fake. Of course. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Thank you, children. I do appreciate the tea. Okay, if you haven't been able to tell, my first player I'm pretty excited to see back again in Philadelphia Eagles uniform. I'm going with kind of low key guys today, guys. Hassan Ridgeway. Hassan Ridgeway to me was really playing a big part as an interior pass rusher. I mean, he turned out to be a lot better than I thought, especially when he was finally asked to step in and play a starting role. Because of course, week one, we suffer probably one of the worst injuries that we had all season on the defensive side of the football, and Malik Jackson going down. And then to make matters worse, Tim Jernigan was lost for a period of time during the season. So Hassan Ridgeway, who was basically signed to be our fourth defensive tackle, well, he was traded for, not signed, has to step in and play this major role. And boy, did he shine. He played really, really well given his opportunities. And I got to tell you, that's a guy I'm really excited to see back playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. I really do hope that there's a future for him inside the interior defensive line. And that is my concern. Although I will say this, I'm not too sure that I'm confident Tim Jernigan is returning. So that would basically mean that you have Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson as your 1 and 2, your starting interior defensive lineman. Then your third coming off the bench essentially would be Hassan Ridgeway. And your fourth, well, that would be my number 2 guy that I would like to see back in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform because I thought he played pretty well down the stretch, playing pretty pivotal roles, already playing that third D tackle. And I think he would fit nicely as the fourth.
Barkley, and just nowhere to go.
Okay, if you guys haven't guessed yet, the number 2 player that I would love to see back for next season, who I think he's a bit of an underrated guy. I mean, had a pretty good, training camp with us. I thought was pretty decent in the preseason, and he got let go. Ended up on, I believe it was the Oakland Raiders practice squad, and then ended up making his way back to Philadelphia when we suffered a lot of those injuries. And to be honest with you, I think he's a really, really talented nose tackle. He doesn't have the same, dynamic ability that a guy like, Fletcher Cox has, a guy like even Hassan Ridgeway, and certainly not Malik Jackson. But he's stout against the run, and he's a nightmare, and he can eat up offensive linemen and create those one-on-one matchups for a defensive line. And that's Anthony Rush, guys. I would personally love to get Anthony Rush back next season. I honestly think Anthony Rush played very, very well for the Eagles down the stretch. And I think that interior line right now with Fletcher Cox, with Malik Jackson, with Hassan Ridgeway, and Anthony Rush would be incredibly dynamic. A really dynamic group of players there. Now, like I said, Anthony Rush is not the most dynamic player, but he complements everyone well. So, me personally, give me those 4. Look, if we could find a way of retaining Tim Jernigan, 1,000,000% I'd be in favor of it. However, with that said, I think Tim Jernigan's looking for a more stable role as a starter. And, I don't think he wants to play that third rush, and that's what he would be on the Eagles. He'd be the third D tackle coming in, even though I think he would be really effective in that. I think Jernigan can get a pass rush. I think Jernigan is pretty good against the run. But I think the Eagles are probably going to feel pretty confident with a healthy Hassan Ridgeway and a healthy Anthony Rush. I mean, if I'm the Eagles, I'm satisfied with that group of players. Now, there's one more guy that I want to use for this video, guys, that I want to talk about, and this is all defense today. I'm excited to see this young man back. I think when he had opportunities, he played really well at the linebacker position. And this was someone that I was not high on early on in the season, especially during preseason. I think I said during preseason that early on in preseason, there was a real possibility the Eagles might try to sneak him through to the practice squad. And I don't know that the Eagles are ready to kind of try to develop him on the 53-man roster yet. I think they're looking more of a developmental from the practice squad, is what I said. But later on, his abilities just became to the point to where it became noticeable. He was a very good football player. So the number 3 guy, I would love to see back.
Frank Gore, and right away.
All right, Eagles Nation. So my number 3 guy I would like to see return for the 2020 season. Plays an unheralded guy. Came in, undrafted rookie free agent, had a very, very good rookie camp, had a very, very good summer, had a very, very good training camp, had a very, very good preseason, and then played some pretty pivotal, snaps for the Eagles down the stretch. I thought he was huge in that Buffalo game, and that's T.J. Edwards. And I'll be honest with you, we need a lot of talent infused in the linebacker room, and I am a little concerned there. But I do think TJ Edwards is a piece to build around going into the future. And I thought TJ Edwards really excelled against the run. Now, look, he's one of the few linebackers we have on the roster that is probably a prototypical linebacker in size and stature. He's not one of these safety in-betweeners that we have like Kumu, Grugier Hill, and Nate Gary are. Now, I would love to see one more guy added because I love Nigel Bradham, guys. Don't get me wrong. He's a veteran guy. He's done great over his time in the Eagles. Oh, I shouldn't say great. He's done good over his time with the Philadelphia Eagles. But nonetheless, I think it's time to go get a really young, talented guy to throw into the mix with TJ Edwards, with Nate Gary, and with Kamu Grugier-Hill. I think we need a very talented guy in that linebacker room. But I'll say this. I'm very confident in TJ Edwards. He was more competent in, pass coverage than I thought he would be, and he was exceptional against the run. Now, probably needs to develop a little more in his pass rush. I thought that was a little bit of a letdown with TJ Edwards. I thought he would be better at the pass rush than he's been so far, but he's a young guy. You can't be good at everything when you're that young. But look, hey, I think that these 3 guys are pieces to build around. I'm very excited to see Hassan Ridgeway back. I'm hoping that happens. Anthony Rush back, and TJ Edwards. I think all 3 of those guys have played really well for the Eagles, given their opportunities on the defensive side of the ball. All right, guys, here's my question for the day for everybody. I gave you 3. I gave you 3 low-key guys. What I want for you guys to do in return is comment below and tell me who are your 3. Give me 3 under the radar guys, right? So not top tier guys like, like Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. Like, no kidding, guys. Come on. Give us 3 pivotal key guys. Underrated, unknown, maybe unheralded. Give us 3 of those type of guys you think on the defensive side of the ball that should return. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And oh yeah, how do we close these videos? Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter to me if we lose. I'm still an Eagles fan. So I do something like EAGLES. Let's go, Eagles.